Good Saturday afternoon, friends and neighbors. Tessuigi at the desk with the Saturday Scouts. Hoofddorp Pioneers in Honkbal Hoofdklasse. We are sitting third after finishing 7th last season and narrowly avoiding relegation. Right now it's between Amsterdam, who were playing first, and Oosterhout, which are in the relegation risk zone. Somehow this team is first in the league in home runs with 6. Yeah, the Honkbal Hoofdklasse might be in a little bit of a dead ball era, which we have taken advantage of by focusing on guys who have a bit more PBABIP suppression. And hopefully that works out in the end for us. We're going to get underway here with our first game of the stream session. Unlike Flying Purple Baseball Beaters, we do play out every single game in which we have a stadium for, thanks to Flying Canuck for assembling the stadium mods. So we're going to be playing all 3 games against the Pirates, as well as the home games against the Storks, and probably that series against Kinheim, and we'll see how far that goes. 42 game schedule in Honkbal Hoofdklasse, so we got to make the most of the opportunities we get to see our guys. Scott Prince on the mound for the Pirates. For your Hoofddorp Pioneers, we got a lineup intro. Please enjoy. And now the starting lineup for the Pioneers. Batting first, the second baseman, Breyvic Valera. Number 6, second base, Valera. Batting second, the designated hitter, Jandido Tromp. Number 90, designated hitter, Tromp. Batting third, the first baseman, Christian Diaz. Number 1, first base, Diaz. Batting fourth, the catcher, Edouard Bolivar. Number 11, catcher, Bolivar. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Riquelbin De Castro. Number 17, shortstop, De Castro. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Sean Dunston Jr. Number 8, left field, Dunston Jr. Batting 7th, the center fielder, Tyrell Mercado. Number 30, center field, Mercado. Batting 8th, the third baseman, Kevin Vigers. Number 26, third base, Vigers. Batting 9th, the right fielder, Jizjar Clotida. Number 55, right field, Clotida. Today's starting pitcher is the left-hander, Austin Warner. Number 86, starting pitcher, Warner. Welcome in, Raiders from Max LP, to the Saturday Scouts in Honkbal Hoofdklasse. Some familiar faces on this. Yep, Pioneers. Yeah, up against the Amsterdam Pirates. Psycho Ducko. That's right. Austin Warner on the bump. Some familiar faces. Breyvic Valera, formerly of the Toronto Blue Jays system and of the Mexican League in 2024, has been getting on base at a 621 clip here in Honkbal. It's kind of funny. Also, our outfield is comprised of two corner outfielders who are now retired. Jizjar Clotida called it a career and is now available for hiring on LinkedIn, and Sean Dunston Jr. is now a coach. Played Pirates a couple weeks ago. We'll play him again in 2 weeks. Wait, are you actually in Honkballhoofdklasse, Psycho? If so, that is really cool. Also, thank you for joining. In Eerste Klasse or Tweede Klasse? I have the first 3 levels of the system mocked up in my game. I'll show you them after this game. Grounded to short. De Castro, easy throw, 1 away. Or 2 down. For Oliver van der Weist. 1-0, roll to second. 1-2-3 inning for Warner as Valera ends the top of the first. Oh, Derde Klasse. Okay. Yeah, the problem with trying to do farm teams in unaffiliated leagues is it really doesn't work. I tried. I would have loved to have gotten some farm clubs in my setup of all the Honkball setup. It's all good. So where we're at with why is the chat not showing up? So where we're at with the pyramid is I've actually reinstated promotion and relegation because DSS and Kinheim merged or demerged, and Quick Amersfoort got sent down to Eerste Klasse. So what I've done is I've created a pyramid, and last season the Storks of Den Haag got promoted up. Hey, then your club made it back, Psycho. The Storks are back in Hoofdklasse. Be warned, the team is all fictional. But if you want to get the uniforms for your own save, if I can remember I can't remember my own command, unfortunately. Hang on a second. Zaza, Frecken, Zazenkazen. I did make the Honkballhoofdklasse jersey fonts, and as well, you can download uniforms of the Storks based on their current look. There we go. Floater into left center. Right, I haven't installed the new version of the game, so we may see some players losing their hats as the game goes on. There's an issue with face gens and in-game models. I forgot to install the update before this stream session. Bolivar. 0-1 on the way. Drilled high and deep to center field. That could be trouble on the track. It's hauled in by Hofer. Yeah, Psycho Deco, it's a bit of a dead ball era in Hoofdklasse right now. This guy, Jaap Boma, leads the league with 4. This is popped up. Hooking foul. Diaz on the line will make the grab. Here's Pfeiffinkel. Slow roller to short. De Castro on to first. 2 away. I may actually take a short break after this game and install the new version before we continue on. First hit for the Pirates is up the middle. Ground ball by Raphael Schmenk. Here's Kim Hyung-boom, formerly of the KT Wiz. This is his 2nd season with the Amsterdam Pirates. Straight up the middle, through the wickets of Valera. Come on, man. That's why I put you there. It's a double. Oh! Diaz cuts off the throw and gets it to Valera to erase Kim Hyung-boom, trying to stretch that single into a double. Mercado with a great throw to the relay. And De Castro gets the tag down. Speaking of Riquelbin, here he is. He works the leadoff walk on 4 straight wide ones. Dunston Jr., acquired from the RCH Penguins. Line drive to left. That is right at Voss. Lucas Voss makes the grab. Mercado works the walk. Here's Vigers getting the start over Gideon Marlin due to Marlin having a bad case of the stinks at baseball. And just like that, it's 1-0 for the home club. Hoefendorp taking the lead courtesy of a Kevin Vigers 1-out single. Clotita will ground into a double play to end the bottom of the second, but not before Hoefendorp picks up a critical RBI. Here's the left fielder Voss who made the catch. That's popped up on the infield. Easy play for Rakelbin. Pertermors, the shortstop. Line shot into center field. That will fall for a base hit. Man, these diamonds feel so big, don't they? Roland Henrique, legend of Amsterdam baseball. Even though his 3 best years were with Busum. Roll to short, Vigers, or the third, Vigers on to Valera, on to first for a double play. Round the horn go the Pioneers. And Valera will start things off here. Line shot to left center field. That one will reach the warning track. First extra base hit of the game for the Pioneers. And it's Breyvic pulling up into second. That'll bring up the surprise of this lineup, Jandito Tromp. I think he's related to Chadwick. Bouncer to the opposite field. Henrique will make the grab. Runner at third. 1 down for Christian Diaz. Squares to bunt. And it goes foul. Corners are in now. That's popped up into center field. Easy play there for Van der Weist. Bolivar. Line to second, and that'll strand the base runner. That's true. Yeah, that is the issue. That's why the real-life Hoefendorp Pioneers are the worldwide pharma logistics Hoefendorp Pioneers. The ever-dangerous Van der Weist. First pitch swinging. Bolivar's throw to second is on the money. Edouard Bolivar, 7 for 26 in base stealing prevention. At some point, we will actually need to get a local catcher, but damn, the kid's good. Here's Boma, 3-1 the count from Warner. Roll to second. Heck of a game here by Austin Warner. 1, 2, 3. Or rather, facing the minimum, I should say. DeCastro, 2-2, and he wears this one. Dunston Jr. Outside for ball 4. Prince, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Here's Mercado. Shot through the right side for a base hit. Pfeiffinkel's throw is late. And the Pioneers lead 2-0. Still nobody out. Runners at first and second. Vigers got the first RBI of the game. He's not going to get any more with this at-bat. Van der Weist makes the grab. Here's Clotita, who I still don't know how to pronounce his first name properly. Breyvic with the bases loaded, nowhere to put him. He will ground into a double play. Schmenk on to first. Don't often see that from Breyvic. A rare off day for him. Pfeiffinkel gets aboard, and here's Schmenk now. Austin Warner, 2 walks. Back to back. Quick check in on him. And there's the first strikeout of the game for Warner. Vos now. Back-to-back Ks for Austin. Austin Warner. Termorse. We'll ground out to Valera. Now, Psychoducko, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of the players in Hoofdklasse, although they are technically paid, or it is a pro league, only the foreigners are really given a decent amount of money. We're paying, unpaid, yeah. We're paying Breyvic Valera $125,000, and that he's the most expensive player in, I think, the whole league right now. I'll have to double check. John Dito down the left field line and fair. That's going to rattle around in the corner. Here's a throw from Vos. It is late. John Dito Trump continuing to rake. They're going to intentionally walk Christian Diaz to deal with Bolivar. Leads the team in home runs with 3. But he'll ground out to a double play courtesy of Van der Weijst, Termorse, and Henrique. Here's De Castro. He'll collect the RBI. That's bounced into right field. Rikelbin with an RBI. Not bad for the shortstop. Yeah, I don't know how to do an unpaid league, unfortunately. But it's great to know that there's actual honkballers available in the chat. Doink single into left. Vos can't get to it. Bases loaded for Vigers. Bottom of 5, 2 down. Hot shot to third. It'll be a 5-4 putout. Good play there by Schmenk. Henrique swings on the first pitch. De Castro. Yeah, the finances in game, I think, give the most expensive or the biggest budget teams are like have $1 million to play with. That's it. That's what, league minimum salary over in the majors. Here's Breyvic. And with the bases loaded or empty, they will walk him. That's 7 walks for Prince, who's been able to limit the damage for the most part. Pfeiffinkel gets the catch for the second out of the inning. Diaz will ground out to Van der Weijst. That will end the bottom of the 6th. Jaap Boma. Rikelbin has been damn near automatic so far for these Pioneers. Yeah, I absolutely agree. There is talent. We actually tried to play the WBC in this save earlier this season, and we won a game. That's 2 down. Here's Kim. 1-1 on the way from Warner. Line drive to left, right at Dunston. Van Gerp will get loose. How long have I been on mute? Jeez. Real professional. While we're on this screen, I install the update to Out of the Park. I do want to bring up something that happened recently. So, as you know, I play softball in a couple of leagues. One on Monday, one on Thursday. That's why my stream schedule is Wednesday and Saturday. And you also know that every single stream I do, I always sign off with "Time is precious, and I'm grateful that you've chosen to spend some of yours with me today." I got a reminder of that a few weeks ago when, in one of my games, the center fielder on my team collapsed in the outfield during play. Although he was briefly revived, he did not regain consciousness, not even until he got to the hospital, and later passed away. I mean, he was 50 years old. We weren't aware of any underlying health conditions, but it was a grim reminder of how fleeting life can be. So I have 3 small requests for you. And thank you again, Max, for the raid-in. 1, make sure you have emergency contact information and medical information in your phone so that if you fall unconscious, you can be tended to, your loved ones can be notified. 2, to look after yourself, make sure you're getting in some physical activity. Dudes, Men's Mental Health Month starts tomorrow. Make sure you're not only getting a checkup from the neck up, but an annual physical. I know I'm overdue. And 3, look after each other. We head to Luke Lavendi Park to take on Schuundeveld and the Pirates again. JC Sulbaran on the bump for our Pioneers. Psycho, you may recognize this guy as the star pitcher for Curaçao Neptunus, who won Best Pitcher of the Year, I think it was 2 seasons ago? Or last year. And because it isn't the first game of the stream, I think I'm going to be doing a little bit of Until Risp. We'll see how this goes. Formerly of Kinheim, Schuundeveld has been dominant-ish with the Pirates. Needless to say, they've been a rough team. Well, looks like a sold-out crowd at least. Beautiful shot panorama of the mod in which Flying Canuck has released. And it's a leadoff walk for Breyvic. 8 straight balls now for Schuundeveld. This is the meat grinder that is our lineup. And we don't Noble Tiger it. Hooray! We'll see if anyone loses their hats. I'm hopeful that this version of the game resolved that minor issue. Sean Dunston Jr. to deep right. Pfeiffinkel makes the grab. Tagging is John Dito. Throw is offline. 2 runs, 1 hit. And Mercado will ground out to Henrique, or to Pastor rather. Here's JC Sulbaran. Second in Honkball in strikeouts with 44. And it's a leadoff walk for the Pirates. Pfeiffinkel gets plunked up in the hand region, and now the Pirates are threatening. Just something in play. Come on, JC. Bases loaded, nobody out for Raphael Schmenk. Fly ball lofted to left. Dunston winds and fires. The throw home is a decent one, but it will be late. Pirates take a 1-0 lead. Here's Boma. Now Sulbaran's having a bad day. He induces a strikeout of Kim Hyung-boom, though. Tremorse. First pitch swinging. Over the head of Valera. That's going to score a run, maybe two. Throw by Mercado is late. And the Pirates take the lead on the first hit of the game. 2 hits, 5 runs. And that one's up the third base line and fair. Vigers can't corral it. Dunston Jr.'s throw is to the cutoff man, who's just going to watch 2 more runs score. Here's the first baseman, Thibaut Pastor. And the hit parade continues. It's a bat-around first inning for the Pirates. Valera dives for it, can't come up with it cleanly. Yeah, there's no way Sulbaran's seeing a second inning here. Bum, bum. This is just bad to worse. Sem Lauf getting loose in the bullpen. This disaster inning is still going. The Pirates are, if you remember, the worst team in the league right now. Van der Weijs with a 2 RBI double. It's 9-2 in the bottom of the first. Make that 10-2. Sulbaran. His ERA has gone up by like a point in this game. 1.5. Like last game he walked 10 guys, but that was against Neptunus, so you expect that. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we're definitely until Risp in this game. Long run in for Mercado. He's there. Basically, the plan is run Sem Lauf into the ground and see if we can't come back. This is Johnny Holstaff day. All right, so the disappearing caps is still an issue. All right, Mercado leadoff double. Come on, Cloach. That may be an infield single. Yes! Here's Jar. 10-3 now. That is a 3-6-1 double play. All right, Lauf's been doing all right. $39 pitches. I figure we can keep letting him run. Hello. All we need is a touchdown. We'll be fine. McKelvin with a sacrifice hit to the right side. Dunstan works the walk against Groendervoerd. Mercado works a walk, and suddenly Martin's running into trouble here. Vigers. Bounce it a first. Pastor will make the grab. And make the putout unassisted. Semlauf gave us 4 innings of shutout ball. That's really all we could ask for. And we'll hand things over to Maxwell Cornelison. Sporting the mohawk of I don't have a cap right now. First error by Rikelbin. That's unexpected. Popped up, right side, Clotida. Ends the bottom of the 6th. Pfeiffinkel lined right back to the pitcher, throws to first, and that's a double play, 1-3. Heck of an appearance by Cornelison there. Maxwell might be getting into trouble. Let's get Eric Mendez up. Good grab there by Clotida. Van der Weist tags up. Runners at the corners now for Kim Hyung-boom. Slow roller back to the mound. That's going to be a 1-6, no 3. Or 1-4, rather. Grounder to short. Going to be a tough play. Across the diamond in time. Rikelbin. All right, I guess Cornelison's going to get a 4th inning after all. Or not. That was a bad game for Sulbaran. But good work by Semlauf to cut his ERA by 3. Or by a factor of 3. We splat. Right, I was going to show Psycho Ducko the standings, so there's your Storks. Looks like they're going to survive in the first division. These are all fictional guys for the most part. I don't think there's such a player as Theo Muiman, or Abraham Schipper, or Knud Klipp, who is a fantastic name. I mean, financially, yeah, player payroll's highest in the league right now. But you're close to selling out the ballpark. Take a look at the other leagues. Over in Eerste Klasse, the Rosmalen Griffins on top with 2 teams, both from Haarlem, Ons Gezelen and DSS at risk of being relegated. Utrecht UVV is hanging on for dear life. You may recognize a few of these folks, Psycho Ducko. Sparks Haarlem, SCPB 22 from Bad Hovedorp. Wassenaar Greens almost finished with the top title in the Eerste Klasse last season. Didn't happen. In Tweede Klasse, looks like it's going to be between, and I got to fix the pool arrangements at some point, the Hazenkamp and the Flying Petrels over in Purmerend. Ooh, never mind. The Krom Tigers are tied. Yeah, basically, if you're not in Honkbal Hoofdklasse in the initial game, none of the teams have real players. And in derde Klasse, the Gouda Braves winning 9 in a row to work a 3-way tie against the Alfians and Groningen Caribe. While in Pool B, it's the Tilburg Blue Lions just beating out the JRC Ducks. Yeah, I had to... So Psycho Ducko's playing Alfians tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, some of the team names I had to fudge a little bit. I can't just call them the Hawks. I had to put the city name of Dordrecht in there. The Grizzlies over in Zoetermeer. I did a lot of research to make sure that we had a proper pyramid. So our young gun, Falke van Doorn, will be trying for his first pro win against the Pirates at home. I'm trying. At some point, I should actually release this as a quick start, or like rebuild the league into a quick start, so that way you too can try your hand at managing the pyramid. I do want to double check though if there is a way to have the speak to Sweegie, to have the farm teams in, or the lower level teams, the second and third teams in the lower levels as well. That would be ideal. All right, so Mercado is heat exhaustion. Okay, you know what? Let's give him a break. Who do we want in center field then? Let's get Clotita in center field. And let's put Aiden Kirsten in the lineup playing left. Or right field, rather. Let's put, let's get Gideon back into the lineup. Ooh. Very cool, Max LP, and thank you for being a subscriber as well, man. I gotta talk to you about your uniforms, which, by the way, if you don't know, if you subscribe to my channel, you get a complimentary Out of the Park uniform set. That's jersey, hat, socks, jersey font, logo. It's my way of saying thanks for supporting the channel. I will let you know, I don't have much in terms of plans for the day after this. I gotta go shopping for shoes, but the weather outside is ugh. Schmenk standing at second. Here's Henrique. Ricalbin! Yes. Van der Weist. To third, past Marlin and into left field. That'll give the Pirates a lead. Can we not do this? Clap, 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 clap. That's the one knock against Falke van Doorn. He just has a bit of an issue. That one may be gone. Nope. Might be a triple for Boma, though. Good throw by Kirsten. He just can't get that third out. There it is. Given the disaster starts we've seen from other teams, I will take that. Jelle van der Lely. Longtime Pirates pitcher. This year, not having a good time. He's rounding into form. Local boy, too. Van Doorn bounce it to first. I'll go to second for one. Diaz on to De Castro, fielder's choice. Here's Schmenk. Van Doorn walks him. Henrique, 0-2. Bouncer up the middle. Diving stop by Van Doorn, and he biffs it. He just can't get out of his own way. Oh, man. Was losing Ashton Goudeau like the death knell for this team? I don't know. First and second for Clotida. He's aboard. Base is loaded. Nobody, or two down for Gideon Marlin. Called strike three. Van der Lely gets him looking. Hey, clean inning from Falke finally. Here's Diaz. Off the end of the bat. Over to third. Schmenk throws across the diamond clean with a second out. Bah. That's 3-6. Not in time. Good try by Diaz. But Schmenk beats out the relay throw. Here's Henrique. Fly ball to center field. That'll fall for a base hit and another run to score. Here's Van der Weist. Deep fly ball. Mercado chasing. He's not going to get this one. Oh, sorry. That's Clotida. Mercado's out for the day. It's too hot in Amsterdam. Now Eric Mendez getting loose. Yacht Boma gets the intentional walk. They'd rather deal with Vos. Good call. Falca pitches 4 innings. Ishar high and deep to right field and caught. Klein makes the grab. Two walks and a strikeout. 3 walks. I don't know what it is about the this league. So, Psycho, back me up on this. Is it just that the pitchers aren't that good? There's a lot of strikeouts and hit by pitches in the stats modifiers for Honkball. Yay! Mendez, thank you. Van der Lely dancing between the raindrops here. Ooh! Diaz! That one will leave the yard. First home run of the season for Christian Diaz, and it's 6-2. Pirates over Pioneers. Wheels are starting to come off a little bit here. Dunston to foul territory, long run. Vos will make the grab. And just as quickly as we get those outs, we may be giving them up. Fly ball to deep right. Clotita winds and fires, holds the runners. One away. Claudio Klein. Dribbler back to the mound. That'll be 1-6. No 3. Yatboma out of the game with an injury. Fly ball to deep center. Clotita tracking it. Ends the top of the 6th. Yeah, I saw some real life scores actually from Hoofdklasse. Hang on a second, I was looking this up. KNBSB, Competice, Honkball. Regular Competitie. I saw, what was it? Kinheim beat UVV 15-8. UVV beat Kinheim 14-13. Few rainouts. HCAW worked over UVV by a score of 19-0. Neptunus worked over the Penguins 15-0. These games, by the way, are available to watch on the KNBSB YouTube channel. They live stream every Hoofdklasse game, like the one most recently in which Worldwide Pharma Logistics Hoofddorp Pioneers beat Utrecht UVV 18-0. Clown shoes. Kirsten with a leadoff triple. Hello. All right, so at least that part is accurate. Runners at the corners. Kirsten decided not to move. And that's a wild pitch from Van der Lely. Clotita moves up to second. Marlin will ground out, but it's a sacrifice. Yeah, I think we gotta sit Gideon until he figures it out. Breyvic. As automatic as they come. Valera still getting on base at a 601 clip. The power's not there, because again, dead ball era, but when you've got an OPS of 222s, you don't really need it. Slow roller to third. Schmenk throws to second in time. 2 down. Diaz got a home run earlier today. Yeah, this is like softball scores, man. It's great. Sven Hoyer into the game. I'm reading the Psycho Ducko updates with intrigue. Marlin with a decent throw. To stretch time. Kirsten with a triple already. That's a wild pitch past Kim Hyung Boom. It'd be nice to see the back end of these Pirates. Bases loaded, 1 out for Yishar. Called strike 3. Van der Lely gets the out when he needs it. That's not who I wanted to pinch hit. I wanted Vigers, not Meyer. Oh no. Called the wrong name. Well. See if we still can't make the combat. Nout Krogd out of the Pirates bullpen. Oh, I wouldn't gamble on baseball no matter what. I am not that type of man. Diaz at second, 2 down for Bolivar. Golf to center. Pirates down by 2. We head to the top of the 9th. Theo Pelican will get the top of the 9th. Pitches a clean inning. DeCastro works the leadoff walk. Dunston, 1-2. Called strike 3 from Crocked. Kirsten. Roller back to the pitcher. Going to be a tough play. They're going to go to second. Termorse able to hang on to the ball. Clotita, last chance for the Pioneers. He will strike out swinging. Pirates take this one 6-4. We lost to the worst team in the league. Well, second worst now. They finally broke out free from Osterhout. So let's rejig the lineup at the moment. Yeah, no kidding. Falke and Sulbaran are on the schneid. What other choice do we have? We put Mendez in as a starter? Van Gerp? No, it doesn't have the stamina. Only 2 pitches. Cornelison. At this point, let's just swap DeGraff and Semlauf just in case. Yeah, let's go with a 3-man rotation. Big Boss Man, thank you for the follow. I mean, the bullpen's been good. It's the starting pitching that's been atrocious. Valera is our leadoff man for sure. Trump, Diaz, DeCastro, Dunston Jr., Bolivar. Let's get Marlin in, Mercado. Man, Clotita's having a rough go. Do we want to put Van Gorkum in right? Let's get Kirsten in there. That way Marlin can be our second leadoff man. Who do I trust more, Kirsten or Dunston Jr.? I mean, like, the Netherlands is small enough, you could probably get away with that. And then for pinch hitters, we want Van Gorkum, Santiago, Mephisson, and Vigers. Flip her over and take a look at our versus left. And not many opportunities against left. So let's just copy the lineup and the depth chart. An excellent question, Psycho Ducko. I do not know. And so here, let's swap Diaz for Vigers, because Vigers rakes against lefties. Well, relatively speaking. All right. Up against your Storky boys. Quiet first inning, and then we get into trouble against Ole Fruman. Strikes out. Tim Vondervelde, the catcher. 0-2 on the way. Back-to-back Ks. Warner's going to wriggle his way out of this one. Knud Klipp strikes out the side after allowing the base runners. Come on, Christian. Fly ball to left. Verstegen makes the grab. Muiman standing at second. Swings on 3-1. Fly ball to left. Dunston Jr. makes the grab for the first out. Fuhlman. Called strike 3. Warner showing a little bit of grace under pressure here. Vondervelde hit hard to third. Marlin's throw across the diamond is in time. Scoreless through 3.5. Kirsten worked his way back into the lineup. Strikes out here. Here's Schipper. Bases loaded, 1 out. For Adrie Verstegen. Verstegen, part of the reward of getting promoted is that you get to participate in our draft. And right out of college, he's contributing to this Storks lineup. The last man we wanted to see. Slow roller to short. Going to be a tough play. They're going to go home. Vogels is out, though. We got the run at home. Holy smokes. DeCastro with a heads-up move. 2-0 on the way to Muiman. And he's plunked. RBI hit by pitch hands the Storks their first lead of the game. Here's Stope. Opposite field single. And Warner's getting into trouble here. Fruman. And he wears one. Back to Vondervelde. Warner has officially come undone. That's his second RBI hit by pitch. And a balk is called now. Fly ball to left. That'll fall for a base hit. Another nightmare inning. Why can't we not get the third out? There we go. All right, let's get Levy DeGraff up. Be nice to get something cooking here. Valera working his way up the leaderboard charts. Infield single, bases loaded. Okay, let's string some stuff together. Psycho, it's fine. We're just in a slump, man. Everyone does the 90-foot conga. DeCastro. Called strike 3. Dunston, full count. Another walk to bring in a run. Vandenberg has walked 5. Bolivar will ground out to the shortstop. Easy play there by Clip. DeGroff into the game to try and mop this one up. Immediately give up a leadoff double. Line to DeCastro, diving play! Here's Verstegen. Doinks this into right. Kirsten's throw cut off by Diaz. Runners at the corners now for Moiman. Strikeout victim. And here's Stope. Past Valera and into right field. Can we make a stop at some point? Is this because I said we were playoff bound in the introduction? Diving catch by Kirsten. Nicely done there. Runners at the corners for Gideon Marlin. Right, we did an install of a new version, so we get a new version of this sound clip that I dislike. Breyvic Valera now has 42 walks in the season. He's only struck out 7 times. I just wish the rest of the team could figure it out. It's a sequencing issue, I can tell. One, two on the way to Bolivar. Hard up the left field line and fair. That's going to score a run and bring the Pioneers back to within 5. Kirsten up the middle. That's going to possibly score a run. Bolivar getting the wave. Nope, never mind. He's held at third. Here's Mercado, 2-0. Fielder's choice. Skipper to Clip. 8-4 the score. It'll be Just van den Ovelen getting loose. Marlin works the walk. That's basically all Gideon's good for at this point. Valera. Swinging on a full count, popped up into foul territory, and retired. Just van den Ovelen into the game. Gives up a leadoff triple. Lovely. Bouncer to second. Infield hit. Valera can't get it out of his glove in time. Stope to deep center field. Good grab there by Mercado. That'll bring up Fruman. Lost him on a walk. Vandervel. Lost him on a walk. Bad day for Van den Ovelen. Sven Hoyer getting loose now. (11-4). Checking on the mound. Here's Per Boss, the pinch hitter. Fly ball to center. Long run. Mercado gets it. 11-4 the score now. And an RBI double makes it 11-5. Can we stop giving up big numbers to the worst teams in the league? Please and thank you. If we're playing like this against Storks, I shudder to think of how badly we get clowned on by Neptunus right now. Sven Hoyer will get an inning. It's a clean one, and we lose 11-5. Yeah, Goudreau being out with a torn rotator cuff means he's... We'll see if he pops that player option. I wouldn't mind having him back. Silberon on the road at a stadium we don't have a mod for, so we're just going to quick sim it. We win 8-4! Hooray! The losing streak is over. Valera goes 4 for 4 with 3 RBI. Double day. I mean, we really don't have anyone else. Still got Pedro Hernandez on the farm team, which we probably should release at this point. Because we got Raquelbin, and Raquelbin is better. As long as he doesn't opt out. We should also look at who do we want to extend before everyone hits free agency all at once. I don't know. I don't see anyone... I mean, keeping Raquelbin would be great. Keeping Breyvic, if we can pull it off, would be fantastic. Give him a pay increase. Why not? I'm okay with letting Van Gerp go. John Dito still has another 2 seasons. Van der Schaaf. Not going to trust him to come back the same after his torn UCL. Well, we'll give him the rest of the season to figure it out. Clotita's going to walk or get cut. There's Terrell Mercado. Let's get that 3-year extension locked in now. I don't think we're getting relegated. Van Doorn plays against Kan van Hal. Critical Whistle asking, do you ever play with 2080 scale overalls or no overalls and just basing it off stats? I do play with 20 to 80 scale overalls occasionally. I think if you look back on my archives, the Saturday Stampede and the Starlight were based on that. Back when League Redacted was an option. Just basing it off stats? No. No, I like having my numbers. Here's Verstegen. Popped up. Valera charging in. 2 down. A clean first inning would be a huge win for Falke van Doorn. Thank goodness. Valera standing at second. Diaz is going to force Skipper to make the play. Valera at third. De Castro. Fly ball to center. That's not going to do it. Francis makes the grab. First and second, nobody out for Knud Klipp. Come on, Valera. Infield single. Setting mod for the spray percentage. That is F8. You'll see it next to the batter down here. Infield is in against Tim van der Velde. And he shoots it right back up the middle. The Storky boys take the 1-0 lead. It's a fly ball to the left. Long run. Dunston Jr. makes the grab and a beautiful throw for the first out. Here's Schipper, the second baseman. And he wears it in the digits. The ever-dangerous Adrie Verstegen. Through the drawn-in infield for a base hit. Throw by Dunston is going to be late. Verstegen makes it 4-0 Storks. This is the Dutch League Honkbal Hoofdklasse Critical Whistle. I'm playing as manager and GM, yes. And we just can't get a break. I'm beginning to wonder if my scout is incorrect on Falky van Doorn's BABIP, because 479 is not worth it. Well, they put up a 6th spot. Come on, Kirsten. Ooh, we have a knuckleballer in Carnivanhal. Looks like he was with Harlem DSS and then moved to the Storks. Bach is called on Van Hal. Thank you, Dave. Oh, I was at a concert last night at Massey Hall here in Toronto. Great show, but the seats were not good to me. Well. You know what? I don't think we need to see the rest of this one. We get shut out 10-0. Kana van Hal gives up 10 hits, 3 walks, no runs because we can't sequence the damn things. Matheson went 2 for 2 as a pinch hitter, for Pete's sake. Ay, ay, ay. Neptunus has punched their ticket to the postseason. Yeah, letting Rene Gonzalez and Ferenc Jongayan leave is fine by me. What do I look for ratings-wise in coaches? So I want to make sure that I've got at least across bench and the 2 base coaches at least good or better in everything, and I don't have that right now. That's one of the reasons why Rene Gonzalez is on his way out. Probably going to ditch Okoye Dixon, but I do like player relations. I'd much rather have coaches that work well with each other so the staff cohesion is up. Hey, Easy Axel. Yeah, I'm going to be raiding into you at the top of the hour once we get there. So Semlauf, strained hamstring. Let's let him rest that. Call up Ryan Hugendorn. Niklos. Himskirk. And Burleson. And I think we're going to send Falke van Doorn down. Guy just does not have it this season. Definitely going to be a dev lab option. We do need a 3rd starter, though. That's a problem. I guess we'll go with Cornelison. Just go with a bunch of middle relief options after the 2 stoppers. Maybe we need to crank the hook down on our starting pitchers. I will say the acquisition of Shawan Dunston Jr. was probably an error. And I need to see something from Marlin. All right, we extended Breyvic Valera for another season. Probably going to move him to 3rd. I didn't like the fact that his range went down. Maybe teach him first in the offseason. Terrell Mercado is going to be sticking around too. We're keeping Hernandez basically as injury insurance. Because we're allowed to have 5 foreign players. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once we added to one Shawan Dunston Jr. Maybe we keep Trump? The Penguins have overlapped us. We head to Harlem, to Pim Mulier Stadium. To face Kinheim. Leadoff home run, Breyvic Valera. That's unexpected. RBI double by Taiman Taka. Yeah, true. But we got Yandito Tromp being our DH. Maybe we move Valera to DH after this season. The incredibly named Dickie Vonders. Keep in mind, Honkbal Hoofdklasse has dramatically lower expectations for both defense and offense. Rikelbin works the walk. Dunstan Jr., 3-0 count. This league also has a lot of walks and a lot of hit by pitches. And barely any home runs. Warner pitching a gem so far. Attaboy Breyvic. And maybe that's the answer. We move Kirsten out. Well, Kirsten's actually doing decently. We move Dunstan out. We put Valera on the bench, or DHing. Tromp into the outfield. Hello, Breyvic. Yandito doinks it into left. Breyvic holds it third. Christian Diaz. Straight up the middle. Insurance run. Yes. Yes! DeCastro right to the first baseman, Taka. This is past the trade deadline, too. There's so much we can do. That is true, yeah. Critical whistle. It is relative to the league. Ronnie Schimmel with a RBI double. That'll bring up the Yurch, Justin Yurchak. And Yurch ties it up. Taka works the walk. Dickie Vonders. Good block there by Bolivar. All right. I got to get someone loose. Let's get Hugendorn loose. Grounded to third. Tough play for Marlin. Goes to second for the out. Okay. We're only tied. Gideon, you going to do something good for us? Double play. Well, honestly, I don't find as much luck with the long programs compared to the short ones. I'm focusing on getting my players' defense up. All right, Warner hit a bit of a speed bump, but he's zooming back up again. Here's Diaz against Breek. Intentionally walked him. And that will bring Kevin Vigers into the game to pinch run. And take over at first. Not at this level, Critical Whistle. Maybe the best of our best will get poached by MLB. But honestly, we just have more trouble keeping the guys that we have with a little budget. The indie leagues are our bigger worry. Come on, Shawan. Yes. Donnie Breek forces in the go-ahead run. And that'll get Sem Nyman up. Edouard Bolivar deep to center field. That'll be an insurance run as Bodie Esquez makes the grab. Yeah, I didn't realize it that when I started this sim, but honestly, I'm finding it fun. Especially with the rest of the defensive pyramid, or the rest of the Dutch baseball pyramid setup. Warner will give way to Sem Nyman. Dangerous curveball changeup mix. Here's Schimmel. Single and a double so far today. Fly ball to right. Caught by Kirsten. That will bring up the Yurch. Runner goes. Bolivar's throw is on the money. That's another thrown out base runner by Edouard Bolivar. Yes, critical whistle. You don't need to worry about home run suppression as much. Right now, based on the standard stats, it is a dead ball league. Also, you only need one catcher and 3 good pitchers because you only play 3 games a week. Liu Fuenmayor taking over here for Kinheim. Von Gerp getting loose in case Nyman runs into trouble. Gideon Marlin with an extra base hit. That bounces over the fence for an automatic double. That's the second one I've ever seen on stream. Watch this thing go. Boing. And trust Psycho Ducko, critical whistle. He is playing in Derde Klasse in the Dutch baseball pyramid. Tromp to left. Felders makes the grab. Vigers 2-2. Bouncer to short. Tough play for Franca. Cross the diamond in time. Taiman Taka. Hit to Marlin. That's the first out of the bottom of the 8th. That'll be end of Sem Nyman's day. Franklin von Gerp in to deal with the rest of the lineup. And he works the walk. Pinch hitter is Stef van Grusen. Line to short. De Castro makes the play. Another pinch hitter here is Tom van A. That'll fall for a base hit. Throw to third is late. Vonders safe at third. Here's Chaka Gertz. All the lefties coming off the bench here against Von Gerp. Bases loaded. Tying run at second. Go ahead, run at first for Bodie Eskis. Thank you. Critical whistle, it's because I don't have those bats. I need to start signing more. Like Harlem's got a bench. We've got a bench, but like we just don't have enough quality players. Sven Hoyer getting loose, just in case. Franca is aboard with a walk. Here's Schimmel. Line to left center field. That's going to hit the wall. That's going to be extra bases, and suddenly there is hope once again for Kinheim. Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. Pyman Chaka. Up the first base line. They'll go to second for one. Back to first. In time! It's a double play. Vigers to DeCastro to Vigers. Tying run at third. Dickie Vonders. Fly ball to the left. Dunston grabs it. And the Pioneers steal this one 5-4. Whew! We don't have that many more games. I figure we'll finish this 3-game set and then I'll wrap things up. As Curacao and Honkball Club Alan Weber have clinched their ticket. Boss Timmer. Back at Sport Park Pioneers. Vigers scorches this one to center field. Center fielder tries to get it, and he's through the wall. Bodie Esquez. Let's watch the replay on that one. That looked like he just punched through the wall Kool-Aid style. He tried to grab it, and yeah. No luck. Franca retrieves this one for the second out. Dunston wears one in the digits. First and second for Bolivar. Wild pitch. Vicario retrieves it. Boss Timmer with a wild pitch. And that'll be another ground out to Franca. But the Pioneers take the lead. Vonders standing at second. Zulbaran just throws straight at Christian Gonzalez. Like, that was not even close. Here's Jesse Felders. High fly ball to left. That's going to fall in fair territory. We're all tied up. Here's Bodie Esquez. Infield fly rule is called. DeCastro. Interesting. So there may not be a foreign player rule in Hoofdklasse. Yeah, thanks, Psycho Ducko. Whatever resources you have, shoot my way. I'm all for accuracy. And I'm really getting sick and tired of Justin Yurchak. Oh, it absolutely is a money thing. Timon Chaka with a rare fly ball the opposite way. Fonder's the strikeout. Sulbaran down 2-1. Fly ball to right, Dunston Jr. Franca. Ooh, Kirsten at second, okay. Terrell Mercado, line drive single. First and third for Gideon. Line to the third baseman, Taka. He's American? With a name like that? I mean, he's played in the European under 18. That's wild. It looks like he took a break from the game between 2020 and 2023. All right, so I do have the number of players incorrect, or the roster size. We've tied it. Vigers drifts this one to right. And Van Gruzen makes the grab. So I think yeah, so I'll be making those adjustments, Psycho. All right, Sulbaran, hang it in there. Bases loaded with one out for John Dito. And he wears it in the digits. Pioneers take the lead. Come on, Vigers. Knockout punch time. That'll do. Slow roller up the middle. Everyone moves up 90 feet. Vigers with the insurance run. Here's DeCastro. Opposite field. Line drive. That'll score 2. Pioneers pulling ahead. Riquelme DeCastro makes it 6-2. Robin Clara into the game. Dunston Jr. will ground out, but not before the Pioneers take a 4-run lead. Tom Stoifbergen? I will take a look. Let's get Nyman loose in a hurry. There we go, Riquelme. Whoa, what a throw by Riquelme DeCastro. Good question, Critical Whistle. I don't know. I think the real honkball teams in the game do have their real franchise leaders on their page on the Meet the Team. So I'll take a look after we wrap this game up. Bases loaded. And let's get Theo Pelican loose just in case Valera works a walk. 47. That is the third most in a single season. Breyvic has almost 7 times more walks than strikeouts. John Dito to left field. That's going to break this game open. You know what? We're still going to pitch Nyman because I do not want this to get more out of hand. Like, okay, so Critical Whistle, I wasn't that big of a baseball fan when I was, like, a tyke. I only got into the game back in, like, 2004, 2005 because of the NHL lockout. And what's on TV instead? The Boston Red Sox reversing the curse. So, like, my Blue Jays idol wasn't Joe Carter or Carlos Delgado. It was Roy Halladay. All right, this one got ugly. 14-3, Pioneers win. All right, let's make that adjustment on the league roster. So that is rules. Active roster size. Maximum is 32. And just like that, we have punched our ticket to the postseason. Hoofddorp will be playing August baseball. All right, so here's our team history. So most games played, most hits, Mark Duursma. Lars Hoyer has the most strikeouts, although he's playing for Alan Weber right now. Ooh, our owner is ageless. Great, we have an immortal man as our team owner. Let's take a look. Pirates, Kenny Birkenbosch. Of course, Birkenbosch. Busum already has their leader in Bergersdijk, Leandro Tromp. Leandro, hello. Neptunus, Dwayne Kemp. Still playing. Looks like he had 1 season in the Australian Baseball League, but otherwise he's been a Curacao Neptunus man all his life. Tino Van Eck. Mark Duursma. All right, that's us. And then if we look in here to Utrecht, Xander is from Aruba, which also is part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. So who was the guy I was supposed to look up? It was Tom Stauffbergen. See if he's actually in game. He is, but he's marked as retired. Looks like he could still pitch, though. All right. Last game of the stream session. The Freak. Freak Cope. Created for the Wassenaar Greens. Signed a 3-year deal with Haarlem Kinheim. Was a part of our WBC club. And now he faces Maxwell Cornelissen at Pim Mulier Stadium. Skimmel high and deep to left center field. Long run for Mercado. That one's gone. Ronnie Skimmel makes it 3-0 Kinheim. First hit of the game. I had my honeymoon in Amsterdam last year. I actually got to see the Pirates play DSS Kinheim at Luc Levendy Park. That was one of the reasons I chose Honkbal Hoofdklasse. Had I not already committed to playing KBO last season in Out of the Park 25, I would have played Honkbal Hoofdklasse because that was the first year it was officially licensed. Aiden Kersten with an RBI double. That'll be a sacrifice hit for Mercado. Gideon forces an infield single. He plays the Cubs. Yeah, it's always interesting to hear how people choose which teams they want to play as in Out of the Park baseball. I mean, I started playing League Redacted, otherwise known as Nippon Professional Baseball, because I went there so many times. Hell, 6 years ago right now, in 2019, I was waking up in Hiroshima, getting ready to go to Fukuoka as part of an all-12 League Redacted teams trip. So, because Out of the Park was the only English language game that had League Redacted, that's how I got into it. So I started streaming as the Oryx Buffaloes, then the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars, and then the league got redacted and I couldn't play Out of the Park or play as League Redacted anymore. So I created the JPBO, Project Isekai no Yakyu, so you can get lookalikes of the Japanese leagues into yours. So I did that in Out of the Park 24 with the Chiba Pirates, the Saturday Seafarers. Last season I did the KBO with the Hanwha Eagles, who, by the way, are in a playoff spot right now. And also in Out of the Park 23, I started my longest running saved, which you can still see on Wednesdays, the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters, the Colorado Rockies. We brought Ken Griffey Jr. to Coors. Worked out pretty well. But programming note, you will not see me on next Wednesday, because I'm ceding my time slot to Dr. Dynastic and the Red Rock League draft, player draft. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then I'm not going to be streaming this next Saturday, so we'll hold over the Mob Your Bob giveaway. I have over 100 packs to rip on the Bob Cajun Bobs right now. We'll hold that over until the following weekend. Yeah, I've been to Wrigley. I did a trip I did via train. Twin Cities, so the Twins, Milwaukee, and Chicago. Both the Chicago clubs. Justin Yurchak high and deep to right field, and that one will carry out of here. Second home run allowed by Maxwell Cornelissen. And it's starting to get ugly here. Yeah, you know what? I think we're done. We just don't have a good third starter. So we're going to queue up. Hey, Stein van der Schaaf is finally healthy again. Holy smokes, get yourself into the starting rotation, my dude. This is your prove it period, Stein. And just for funsies, we're going to call an audible and have Stein van der Schaaf be our starting pitcher for next stream session so we can get him into the lineup intro. Twins and Pirates still buried at the bottom. Ooh, the full California rule. Nicely done, Critical Whistle. Breyvic Valera, 47 walks this season, still getting on base at a 60% clip. If we take a look at the league history, Sidney DeJong in 2012 with 47 walks. Breyvic Valera right there with him. Justin Yurchak's 55 2 seasons ago is the league record, though. We'll see if Valera can hang on. So, you'll see me next a week and a half from now with the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters. Rocktober returns. We won the division by 1 game, and we play the Pirates. Not the Amsterdam ones, the Pittsburgh ones. I'm going to raid y'all into AZ Axel, who is back with the Backyard Project for the first time in a few weeks. And there's more where that came from. Of course, DishNet34 going to be online later with the Saturday Showdown. Be sure to tune in for that. Time is precious, folks. I'm grateful you've chosen to spend some of yours with me today. I'll enjoy the week off. There's plenty of other affiliates to get your drops from. And I will see you for Rocktober. Firage, take us out!